And by the way, I love Sly Stallone. My second pops is King Shark, goddammit. Yeah, y'all, so I'm delivering this review late as hell. I just got done watching The Suicide Squad by James Gunn. Now, coming into this, as always, I don't watch any reviews or anything, but I've been hearing the whispers, I've been hearing the buzz. This movie is the shit. This movie is crazy. It's bananas. It's, all that good stuff. So, of course, I get pissed off. I'm like, damn it. So now, seeped into my brain, this movie's supposed to be good. But still, I try to go in with an open mind, and I didn't go to the theater. No, Florida's stupid, full of stupid people, and they don't know how to act, so I had to watch it at home, HBO Max, goddammit, and put it on, had me a couple of sips of some alcohol, and this movie was awesome. I dug the shit out of this, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I felt like James Gunn, this almost could have been called James Gunn Unchained, because it's like the shackles are off. Do what you do, man. Make your movie, okay? So don't get me wrong. He did his thing with Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, all right? 2, it was cool, but it feels like, okay, Marvel said, okay, there's only so much you could do. Like, give us your James Gunn isms without giving us too much James Gunn isms. And so that's what you got. You got a PG-13 version of what James Gunn really had a vision for Guardians of the Galaxy. Still dug it, though. I felt like Warner Brothers is in a panic state where they're like, look here, Marvel's kicking our ass. We got nothing else to lose, okay? Let's learn from our mistakes. Let's stop putting our hands into shit that we have no business putting our hands in and let this man make his movie. And that's what he did. That's what I felt like. Okay, I wasn't there. I'm not in the rooms with the executives and shit. I'm just going by what I saw on the screen. I felt like Warner Brothers, DC, the powers that be said, okay, you know what? Here's the Suicide Squad. Do what you do. We're backing off you. We're not asking you to make Guardians of the Galaxy. We're not telling you what to do or how to do it. Do you. All right? Do you, boo-boo. Do you. And that's what he did. So what we got was a zany, crazy, wildly entertaining, well-directed, well-written superhero movie. And I gotta say, this is probably the best superhero comic book adaptation I've seen probably since Endgame. Okay, I mean, okay, I did have love for Justice League, the Snyder Cut, but that's technically 2017. That doesn't really count for now. But as far as recent joints, I think this is the best movie since Endgame. And in a lot of ways, it's kind of better than Endgame because I got a lot more satisfaction watching this. Okay, now, don't get me wrong. Okay, it's still, okay, the critic in me, I have my little gripes, as always. But overall, I really enjoyed this. And yes, I did like it better than Black Widow. I had love for Black Widow, but this was overall just a way better film. You know, James Gunn is turning out to be a fucking... I mean, he's always been good at his shit, but I think now with this, he's on some next level stuff. Okay? So, yeah, Suicide Squad starts out, gets right into it. Boom. We pick out the squad. We're going to send you on your mission. If you detour from the mission, your head explodes. Okay? Viola Davis returns as Amanda Waller. I think I'm saying her name right. And I think she actually did better this time than she did the first go-around. You know, Margot Robbie is back as Harley Quinn. Captain Boomerang is back. I forgot his name. And your boy that played RoboCop 2014, I keep forgetting his name. He's back in this shit. Okay, so it starts out, throws us right into the fucking lion's den. Boom, here we go. Let's do this shit. And from the first 5 minutes, I said, this is going to be an insane ride. And that's what it was. But now, that's where the gripes kind of come in. So the first act of this movie starts out with a bang. Exciting, shocking at times, where I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? And then around the second act, it does slow down a tad. It goes into the backstory of some of these characters, and the one thing I feared about this movie, I said, okay, I don't want them to get too sentimental, because with the first movie lacked, which I hope they retcon, because the first movie was just, it was atrocious, but what the first movie fucked up at was, it tried to take these villains and make them sympathetic characters, okay? I think there's a way to make villains likable without making them sympathetic, you know what I'm saying? And so it made like, okay, these are bad guys, but these are bad guys with a heart. You know, they have feelings, you know, they're actually good people. Fuck that. The Suicide Squad are terrible people, all right? They're terrible villains, okay? If you put them in the actual DC world, you know, they're They're vile. They're, you know what I'm saying, dude, fucking Bloodsport, played by Idris Elba. You know what I'm saying? Put Superman in the ICU with a fucking kryptonite bullet. These are bad people, and that's what they did. But then around the second act, they did kind of go into this story and did try to play the sympathetic card of, okay, I want you to feel for these characters. I'm like, no. They're bad. Leave them as they are. Okay, don't fuck with this. Don't fuck with this formula. Okay, even when they try to make Bloodsport somewhat of a sympathetic character of, you know, okay, he's actually a good father. No, he's a terrible father. He's a terrible father. He's a terrible man, and he tells us that, okay? Leave it at that. So I'm glad that they kind of got away from that before they really got into it. We were like, okay, I like these characters already. You don't have to make me feel sorry for them. I like these characters already. Leave them be. And eventually that's what they did. And so they're thrown into these situations, and yeah, stakes are high. And unlike Marvel joints, I mean, I'm a big Marvel fan, but I gotta say, in Marvel movies, you know that the heroes are safe. Okay, you know that the heroes are gonna come out not unscathed, but they're gonna come out, you know, victorious. But in here, from the jump, they let you know that nobody is safe. People are going to die. And without spoiling too much, that's what happens. People die. Nobody is safe. Okay? And I like that because now I'm on edge because I grown to love these characters, and I'm like, I don't want to see nothing happen to these characters. So now when shit does go down, I'm on the edge of my seat, I'm biting my nails. I'm like, shit, don't let this happen. So bottom line is, James Gunn did a great job with this movie. Aside from some pacing issues and a couple of, you know, exposition scenes where I thought we could have kind of did without, and, you know, kind of a slow second act. When that third act kicked in, I tell you what, after the second act, this movie would have been a B+, okay? But that third act and the climax of what happened easily bumped this movie up to an A-, okay? I give this movie an A-, all right? Another thing that I could say that I kind of had a problem with was the villains, okay? It's in the trailer. We know who the main villain is, but I feel like with a superhero, you know, a superhero movie is only as good as its villain. And throughout most of the movie, we know who the villain is. There's villains, plural, but the first villain is like disposable. Could have did without it. Very forgettable, okay? When you think about superhero villains, you know, in superhero movies, okay, Joker, Heath Ledger, you never forget him. Terrence Stamp, General Zod, you never forget him, okay? When you have a good superhero movie, you won't forget the villain. And here, you forget the villain, clearly. You forget the villain, except for that villain, which you see in the trailer, and that's when shit really gets real. And by the way, I love Sly Stallone, my second pops, as King Shark, goddammit. King Shark. King Shark. Okay, to me, the best characters in here was King Shark and John Cena is Peacemaker. Okay, now I'm not a big fan of John Cena's acting, but I gotta say, out of everybody, John Cena and King Shark, played by my second pop, Sly, to me, gave me the most laughs out of this movie and were the most enjoyable, charismatic characters in this movie. But the one I felt for the most probably was Polka Dot Man. I really had sympathy for Polka Dot Man, and they really didn't try to make him a sympathetic character, but I felt bad for him. And yes, I do have a fear of rats, and the rat chick, every time those rats went on screen, I felt very uncomfortable. I hate fucking rats. I have a phobia of rats, just like my boy Anthony A. Perez has a phobia of sharks, okay? So I can't wait to check out his review to see what he thought about King Sharks. I know he fears sharks. So wrapping this up, yeah, A- is what I got for The Suicide Squad. This was a dope-ass movie. You know what I mean? Check it out. Best superhero movie, I think, since Endgame. And I don't think that's the drink talking, because damn it, you know, even if it is, there's two types of people that tell the truth. Those that are drunk and those that are pissed the fuck off. And that's it, and that's all. So what you guys think is The Suicide Squad? Comment freely below. Let me know what you thought about it. If you like and dig this content, hit that like and subscribe notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.